Merry Christmas. What an exciting year it's been here in the Australian Parliament. And it was my great privilege to be appointed Australian Agriculture Minister following the election win in May 2019. And it's a huge privilege to be returned to continue to serve the Australian people with a strong Liberal national government. It's been my priority as Ag Minister to meet with every state and territory farming body and hundreds of producers right across our farming, fishing and forestry sectors over the last 6 months. And as Parliament's last sitting fortnight of 2019 closes, it's a chance to look back on the raft of support and achievements the Nationals in government have introduced to help make things better for our hardworking farming families and regional communities. We know that this drought is biting farmers and small businesses very hard, and there's no sign of it easing. I know how tough things are because I've been out there. And the Nats live and work in these communities and have their backs. We've been on the ground in Menindee, Mildura, the Maranoa, Moree, a whole raft of places, listening to the people living and working through this drought. And we're working very hard for you back here in Canberra to develop a drought response that's fit for purpose and that's flexible enough to respond as the drought continues and well into the recovery. Over the last year, the Nationals team have established the Future Drought Fund to strengthen the drought resilience of our communities into the future. We've changed the farm household allowance so that thousands more farmers who are doing it tough can access vital support. Our new farm trespass laws create offences for inciting trespass, property damage or theft on agricultural land by animal activists. And it's the Nats that have outlined guidelines to promote agriculture, food and fibre production to city school kids so they know exactly where their food comes from and how sustainably it's produced. And we've established new free trade deals across Asia to open new markets for our safe, clean, green Aussie food and fibre. The Nationals have backed tougher border security when it comes to biosecurity to keep out pests and disease that could decimate our agriculture sector and the thousands of rural jobs that depend on it. We've stepped up our border protections to make sure Australia is taking all appropriate actions to keep out African swine fever as it has made its way through Southeast Asia to our very doorstep. And we've delivered on our election promise to help our communities continue to stage great local agricultural shows by opening applications to our $20 million Ag Shows Grants program. We're helping our world-renowned Australian wine brands protect their intellectual property rights by preventing copycat and fake labelling. And the Nationals in government are determined to drive policies and programs that will deliver great returns for our hardworking farmers and the communities that rely on them. Our dairy farmers are doing it really tough. That's why it's been great to be able to deliver on our election commitment to introduce a tough mandatory code of conduct to make sure those dairy processors have a great relationship with their dairy farmers and deliver a fair price to them for their milk. And we've also added $22 million of additional support from the dairy industry to assist with energy costs, fodder costs and the like. Like programs to help farmers, fishers and foresters establish farm cooperatives and other models to boost their negotiating power in the marketplace. We will continue to help hardworking rural and regional families to get their fair share of Australia's prosperity. Our long-term focus remains growing agriculture from the $60 billion industry it is today to a $100 billion sector by 2030. It's ambitious, but I'm absolutely convinced we can do it. We've achieved a lot, and I know there's still a lot of work to do, but rest assured that the Nationals will put in the hard yards to keep delivering for rural and regional Australia. For Christmas this year, I also encourage you to buy from a country town. Get online. Make sure you support those small businesses out there in rural and regional communities affected by drought. And as you and your family prepare for the festive season, make sure you eat fresh, safe, deliciously, sustainably harvested food from our farmers and our fishers. Stay safe, look out for each other and your neighbours, and I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas.